Hello and good evening YouTube, and welcome back once again to Good News, the only racing news show where the news is always good. Let's go. DGR Crosley, Ford Performance announced partnership. This has been a hot rumor for the past few months, and now that it's finally come to fruition, I still really don't understand it. It feels like Ford has been doing everything in their power to actually dip from the truck series. There's still no Ford truck on iRacing. I feel like we're really missing something on the whole Ford thing. It's just suspicious is all I'm saying. We're very excited to have DGR Crosley come to Ford as part of our long-term efforts to develop drivers for NASCAR. These announcements are always the same, literally every single time. It's the exact same announcement, over and over and over. For one time, just one time. It doesn't even need to happen again in the future. Just one time. When you announce a manufacturer change, just go like, yeah, Toyota fucking sucked ass. We're going to Ford now. Ford's so much better. Like Toyota Tundra, who the fuck drives that shit? F-150 for life. Yeah, there's no driver lineup announced yet, but since we know that the man Anthony Alfredo is going to be in the Xfinity Series, which is a disaster waiting to happen, but not going to judge. We also know that Ty Majeski is going to be at Nice, so he's kind of severed himself from the whole Ford empire at this point. So really, there's only a few drivers left that could actually be on the team, and there were 5 trucks. There were 5 trucks at Homestead for DGR, and it's like, why would you use that many? I mean, I understand, like, that's like the last time you're going to use the Toyota bodies, but for what gain? What material gain are you getting from that? You're not going to be able to use those notes because they're for, you know, stupid Jap cars. They're not going to help you out anymore with your Ford excursions there, Mr. Gilliland. All that matters to me is Corbin getting some of that sweet, sweet Toyota money. Now that there is one less Toyota team in the truck series, we can always hope and pray. Premium Motorsports announces Brennan Poole to drive the number 15 Cup car full-time in 2020. I regret asking if there were any other drivers in the world besides J.J. Aley. This is actually kinda good news for the truck series because it means that the 30 truck might have someone worth cheering for in it now. Shut up, phone. Number 1 Danny Bone fan over here. Let's hope that he rekindles that Martinsville magic and makes things worthwhile for us. Yeah, I'm not excited for this. It's almost inevitable that he's going to change the outcome of a race. I mean, he spent 3 years at one of the most OP teams in all of NASCAR. Like, the 42 in 2017 was like a Rudy Fugle-led KBM team. There was no stopping that team unless your name was Brandon Poole. He spends all this time in cup-level equipment. He didn't do shit. And this is when the Xfinity Series started putting in their limits for the cup leeches. They were doing everything in their power to make up for taking the win away from him at Talladega. And he still couldn't do it. Oh yeah, DC Solar joke. I forgot about that. I forgot to make a DC Solar joke there. My bad. My apologies to the internet. Last week it was announced that North Wilkesboro Speedway is coming to iRacing. Yeah, they spent the weekend doing nonsense at North Wilkesboro, scanning it for iRacing. I literally just said it and it completely passed me there for a second. Of course, this reignited the Save the Speedway Twitter handle. I've been a proponent of saving the Speedway as long as I can remember. But there is one man standing in the way. It's not infrastructure. It's not logistics. It's not, you know, track repair. No, in fact, it is not even the weeds. Not even the weeds are standing in the way of the NASCAR North Wilkesboro reunion. And that one man is a moody bitch. I would love to go racing at North Wilkesboro and Rockingham again. I'd also like to go to Cottonmouth Stadium, Westboro, Riverside Park, Metrolina, and 100 other great old venues. But sadly, time has passed them all by, and I'm afraid there's no turning back. 764 people looked at that and said, yeah, that's entirely acceptable. Dave Moody, whatever happened to we, the American people, can do whatever we set our minds to? Whatever happened to the old frontier spirit? Oh wait, I forgot, you're a lazy ass. You know what times passed by? You old sack. I should not say these things because YouTube's new terms of service will yeet my channel off the internet for everything that I have said to Moody Bitch. Respectfully disagree, Dave. Sport is heading to smaller tracks. All large tracks won't be financially stable by 2024. Hey, is that a reference to me? I like you. Need him to keep our beloved auto recognition sport alive at that level. See, this is a really good tweet because I feel like local short tracks are going to be what keeps NASCAR alive at any level when, you know, everything comes crashing down, inevitably when the TV contract runs out, you know? And it's going to be the local short tracks that keep it alive, especially like series like K&N. We would have nothing for K&N, and if it wasn't for all these tracks that, you know, dump money into it with no return whatsoever, you know? It's going to be the short tracks in the long term that keep things going in the whole motorsports world, especially in stock car racing. Well, I guess we will wait and see how many of the tracks I name are on the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. 3 of the 6 don't even exist, so I'd say it's a long shot. That's not even what he said, Dave. What are you talking about? You absolute mammoth of a man. What goes on in the mind of Dave Moody to extrapolate that kind of response to the comment that he made? Who said that they were going to be in the Cup Series? Who said that? Who said it was going to be the Cups? They don't even return the, you know, no one's saying, I mean, a bunch of people are saying, you know, Nashville Cup race, but no one with any sense is saying that. We all know that's got to start from the ground up. Throw K&N on the track, throw fucking trucks on the track, then Xfinity, and then maybe, if the interest is there, you fucking run a cup race in some, you know, fantasy land, maybe in 2027, you know? And no one's saying that Cup should go to fucking Elko. Like, come on, Dave. Use whatever is left within your vacant skull and fucking figure this shit out, dude. If 50% of the people who jam my Twitter timeline every time the track is mentioned had actually bought a ticket to those truck races, we would still be there. This is in reference to the Rockingham Truck Series races. I was on the internet back in 2012 and 2013, and I had no fucking idea that any racing was taking place at Rockingham. There was no advertisements, no promotion, not even a single word during the Cup Series races. I watched the Cup Series in 2012. I watched the Cup Series in 2013. They didn't advertise shit for these truck races. They didn't advertise shit. And I think that was right when the actual transition from Speed Channel to Fox Sports 1 was happening. So there was even less promotion of these races back then. It's just like, what universe do you live in, Dave? It's one race. You have to give people a reason to go to the track, and one race is not that. I think that the K&N series did their finales there and stuff. They had K&N races at Rockingham in companion with the truck series, but I think one of those weekends was just a standalone truck race. Like, you're gonna get people to drive into a remote area of the country and give them an overpriced truck race. Like, yes, that's what's gonna get fans into the seats. And I do believe I was reading through his mentions and people said that that second race that had no attendance was threatened by rain. So thank you for your revisionist history, Dave Moody. I can't fucking stand Dave Moody. Kenny Wallace and Dave Moody are just like a tag team that builds a fury within my soul that has not been seen since the 5 straight championships from Jimmy Johnson days. Okay, but a lot of those crowds back then would be considered good crowds these days. Let's not pretend NASCAR is selling out every venue these days. Perfectly reasonable comment. Perfectly reasonable comment. I can't imagine what Dave's got to say in response. This is precisely why you can't compare an early 2000s crowd to a 2019 crowd. Yes, Dave, that's correct. Because back then, they weren't tearing down grandstands. There were 3-year wait lists at Bristol. I should just call 911 so he can surgically have his head removed from his ass. I swear to God, dude. Yeah, and I think I'd be remiss to not mention the real big news of the week. PEARN is leaving. I have had my soul crushed too many times that at this point it feels like something's missing from my life if I don't have my soul crushed at least once per month. I wonder what Reddit thinks about this. Truex will never have more than 2 wins in a season again. I fully expect Truex's days of running up front are about done.
MTJ gonna be running 25th every week again.
And now Truex is going to go back to being Eric Jones.
22 people, 22 points. Real human beings took a look at this and said, yep, that's perfectly reasonable.
This is why I'm most curious about MTJ's numbers without PEARN night and day difference.
So is DJI MWR versus JGR equipment. Yeah. Common excuse, but it really doesn't hold water. God outperformed Truex during their time at MWR, including almost winning a championship. Truex got 1 year in Ganassi equipment in 2009. And that same year, Juan Pablo Montoya put an EGR car in the chase. Jamie McMurray took that same car to victory lane 3 times the next year and improved their spot in the points by over 10 positions. So first you fail to mention that Jamie McMurray won the Daytona 500 because Biffle absolutely choked. So, and winning at Daytona probably is going to change how the team looks at you over the course of the season. Not going to lie on that home front. And let's not forget to mention that McMurray did absolutely nothing with his career after this season. So congratulations. And then you gotta mention Juan Montoya making the chase. Ooh, oh my goodness. One of the greatest drivers of a generation made the chase in 2009. Wow. Wow, what an accomplishment. Like, it's not like Montoya's bad, like for God's sake. And let's not forget about how God outperformed him as the lead driver at a team. Yeah, congratulations. Let's not forget to mention that Chad Johnston was Truex's crew chief during this period. You expected him to do anything. So yeah, when Truex wins 5 times next season, I'll be happily enjoying Reddit's meltdown. It's going to be very exciting. The only question now is who will be Truex's crew chief? Put me in, coach. I am still shocked, but more so at all the kind responses I've received. It has been an honor to get to do this with such a great group of people, and I'm going to do whatever I can from far to keep helping them. I still love racing, I just can't do it the 24/7 lifestyle it takes to be successful in this sport anymore. I love my family and want to win at life, not just on the racetrack. Also, it is truly nothing more than that, and has been a tough decision, yet simple decision to eventually make. So please understand my sincerity, and shove all your conspiracy theories up your hoop. Peace out. Thanks again to everyone. Thanks again to you, PEARN, for everything that you've done in just such a short period, not even 5 years, 15, 16, 17, 18, okay, 5 years. 5 years. 5 years you pop in and get 23 wins. There is absolutely no comparison to that, except for like in the 60s. The reason that I'm making this video today, it would not have been made without this news. And this show's title may be good news, but there is no good news on this day. The only good news is knowing that I was able to be a part of this incredible journey that has been the past 5 years of Truex's career, of my experiences as a NASCAR fan, and the fact that Cole Pearn was there every step of the way makes it all worthwhile. I'll never forget the Phoenix weekend when Cole was on a mad dash out of the media center, but then I held out. I don't know where it is. It's packed some way over there, but I held out that 2016 78 car. And he stopped everything. He stormed over and he signed that bitch. Cole Pearn, thank you. And I don't think that there's any way that I could possibly end this video without doing one last thing.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? This is the part where I jump on the bed. This is how I grew up. Disappointments kept stacking up. Never again thought I would see someone I like with a victory. That's when you came around and burned everything to the ground. Never thought I'd see the day that I would watch you walk away. And although it's only been a short time, it's already goodbye. But I'm not about to cry.
Never give up, baby.
Oh God, I remember him looking at the back door. I have a photo from a life I never thought I'd know. And time is saying goodbye, goodbye. Every memory of walking out the front door. I found a photo of the person I was looking for. And time is saying goodbye, goodbye. Every memory of looking at the back door. I never thought there was a way to love you more. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.